ready for adventure. Today, we're diving into Paulo Coelho's The Alchemist.
Oh, a classic.
It's the one that sold millions, right?
Millions.
And translated into tons of languages. But it's more than just a bestseller.
Oh, absolutely.
There's so much symbolism and wisdom packed in there.
Yeah, it's a modern classic, and for good reason.
Yeah.
We're going to follow a young shepherd on his quest to fulfill his personal legend.
Ooh, personal legend. That's one of those phrases, that sounds super profound.
Right.
But it also could be on a motivational poster.
Absolutely.
Don't worry, we'll break it down. What does personal legend actually mean?
We will. And you'll see how this journey is about way more than finding treasure. It's about listening to your gut.
Yeah.
Noticing the signs the universe throws your way and realizing how connected everything truly is.
Okay, so we start with this shepherd. He's in Andalusia. He's got a pretty good life, but keeps having the same dream over and over about finding treasure near the pyramids in Egypt.
It's not just some vague feeling either. In the dream, a child is playing in the field.
Oh, okay.
Leads him straight to this treasure.
Wow. Vivid. Right.
Vivid.
Definitely not your average forgot what I dreamed situation.
No.
So he goes to an old woman who's known for interpreting dreams. Smart move. I'd be curious, too.
Yeah, and this is where it gets really interesting. She doesn't just say, oh, yeah, it's a dream.
Right.
She says it's a straight-up prophecy.
Really?
The treasure is real.
Wait, so he's actually supposed to go to Egypt?
That's what she's saying, but there's more.
Oh, okay.
She introduces this idea of the personal legend. It's like your ultimate purpose. You know, the reason you were put on this planet.
So even if there's no treasure at the end, the journey itself is leading him toward his true calling.
Exactly. But just as he's wrapping his head around this, he bumps into a king.
What?
Melchizedek, the king of Salem.
Hold up. A king just strolls into the story. Come on, Coelho's playing with us, right?
It's brilliant how he blends the ordinary with the extraordinary.
Yeah.
And the king drops this gem. When you want something, all the universe conspires in helping you to achieve it.
Okay, that one's going on my fridge.
Right.
But how does a shepherd, how does he even start to follow this grand personal legend?
Well, the king doesn't just give advice. He gives the shepherd 2 stones, Urim and Thummim.
Okay.
To help read omens.
Like magic 8 balls.
Think of them as, like magic 8 balls.
Okay, yeah.
But way more ancient and mysterious.
Ooh, I love a good mystical tool. So is the shepherd convinced?
Yeah.
Does he actually drop everything and chase this dream?
He does.
Wow.
Inspired by the prophecy and the king's words, he sells all his sheep.
All of them.
All of them. And books passage to Tangier, Africa. It's his first step toward Egypt. Toward his treasure.
Talk about a leap of faith. Selling everything you own based on a dream.
All right.
And a chat with a king. That's bold.
It is.
Yeah.
And of course, life throws him a curveball.
Uh-oh.
Almost as soon as he gets to Tangier, he's robbed. All his money, gone. Talk about a harsh lesson in trusting strangers.
Man, that's rough. I'd be ready to crawl back home with my tail between my legs. Does he give up?
This is where the shepherd's resilience kicks in.
Oh, okay.
Instead of despairing.
Yeah.
He remembers the omens and chooses to see this setback as a fresh start.
Okay, I'm starting to like this guy. Turning a negative into a positive.
Right.
That's a skill we could all use. But how does he even survive in Tangier with no money?
He gets resourceful.
Yeah.
He finds work at a crystal merchant shop.
Yeah.
Learns the ropes, figures out how to increase business, and starts picking up some valuable life lessons along the way.
So he's learning about the world, but is he still focused on the treasure and his personal legend? Or has that faded into the background?
That's the thing. As he gets comfortable, starts to thrive.
Right.
The memory of his dream fades.
Right.
He's got a good thing going, so why risk it all?
Yeah.
He starts to question whether he should even continue on his original journey.
I can relate to that. It's easy to get caught up in the day-to-day and forget about those big, audacious dreams. What happens next? Does something snap him out of it?
Remember those stones, Urim and Thummim, the king gave him?
Uh-huh.
They reappear at this crucial moment. It's like, hey, remember that whole destiny thing?
Ooh, a cosmic nudge. So does he listen?
He does.
Yeah.
He hears about a caravan traveling across the Sahara Desert to Egypt and decides to join. The pull of his personal legend is back in full force.
Okay, crossing the Sahara.
Yeah.
That's no joke. This is where the adventure really kicks into high gear, right?
It does. And on this caravan, he meets an Englishman.
Okay.
Who's also on a quest to find an alchemist.
Interesting.
This guy is all about understanding the soul of the world, this interconnectedness of everything.
So we've got the shepherd following his gut, chasing a dream, and an Englishman trying to unlock the secrets of the universe.
Right.
Two very different approaches to this idea of a journey.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But they're both about to face a whole new level of challenge because whispers of tribal wars are starting to spread through the desert.
Uh-oh. That doesn't sound good. This is getting intense.
Yeah.
So where do they go from here?
Well, after weeks of harsh desert travel, they finally reach a welcome respite, the oasis of Al-Fayoum.
An oasis in the desert?
Yeah.
That sounds like the perfect place to just rest and recharge after all those weeks of travel.
It is. Al-Fayoum is this vibrant, lush oasis, total contrast to the endless sand they've been crossing.
Yeah.
Palm trees, sparkling water, sense of peace.
I can picture it now. Total desert paradise. But I bet this isn't just a pit stop.
No.
Something tells me this oasis is going to be significant, for the shepherd.
You're right. This is where he meets Fatima, a desert woman. And it's not just a casual encounter. They feel this instant, deep connection.
Love at first sight. But isn't he supposed to be focused on his treasure?
Right.
And his personal legend? Talk about a distract.
It's a real dilemma. He's torn between his growing love for Fatima and the pull of his personal legend. Life throws these curveballs, even when you're following your supposed destiny.
Yeah. It's a classic conflict. Love versus destiny. So does he just abandon his quest?
He doesn't.
Okay.
Remember, he's learned to be resourceful, adaptable. He spends his days at the oasis, getting to know Fatima, learning about the desert. But he's also still searching for the alchemist.
Okay.
Guided by those omens and his intuition.
So he's not giving up on either part of his journey,
Right.
the personal, the destiny part. That's pretty impressive.
It is. It shows a maturity beyond his years. And eventually, after weeks of searching, he and the Englishman, they finally find the alchemist.
Okay, here's where I'm really curious. What's this alchemist like? Is he, the stereotypical wise old man, long beard, mysterious air?
Not exactly.
Yeah.
He's definitely wise, enigmatic, but doesn't fit the cliche. What's important are his words. He reminds the shepherd that to realize one's personal legend is a person's only real obligation.
It sounds so simple when you say it like that.
I know, right?
But there's such depth to it. It's like our dreams, our purpose, it's woven into the fabric of existence.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And to help the shepherd tap into this, the alchemist gives him a series of challenges. One of the most powerful involves the shepherd having to turn himself into the wind.
Hold on. Turn into the wind.
Yeah.
That sounds both terrifying and kind of amazing. How is that even possible?
It's about pushing beyond, your perceived limits and connecting with the soul of the world. It forces him to confront his deepest fears.
Wow. So while this is happening, what's the Englishman up to? Is he off having his own adventures?
He's still on his own quest. He's more of an intellectual seeker,
Okay.
While the shepherd is out there living and breathing the lessons, the Englishman is focused on books, knowledge, trying to unlock the secrets of alchemy.
Interesting how they're both seeking knowledge and growth, but through such different approaches. It's two sides of the same coin.
Exactly. And both approaches have their merits.
So does the shepherd actually manage to turn into the wind?
He does.
Wow.
It takes a powerful desert storm
Okay.
and some serious help from the alchemist. But he does it. He taps into that soul of the world, experiences a whole new level of power within himself.
That's incredible. Talk about a transformation. So is he ready to finally claim his treasure after all this?
You would think, right?
Yeah.
But remember those tribal wars we talked about?
Uh-oh.
The situation has escalated, making the journey even more dangerous. The alchemist and the shepherd have to rely on their instincts, that language of the world, to navigate through some treacherous situations.
Oh, man, the tension is building.
Yeah.
This is a real test of courage and resilience.
It is. And amidst all this danger, the alchemist shares some of his deepest wisdom. He teaches the shepherd about the importance of listening to your heart, the power of belief, how the soul of the world helps those who are truly pursuing their purpose.
It's like every step of the journey is a lesson. So they finally make it to the pyramids, right? The culmination of all this effort.
They do. After months of travel and countless challenges, the shepherd stands at the foot of the pyramids of Egypt, the place he's dreamed about this whole time.
It's the moment of truth. Does he find mountains of gold, glittering jewels? What does this grand treasure look like?
This is where the alchemist takes an unexpected turn. The shepherd discovers that the real treasure isn't what he expected. It's not about material wealth, but the journey itself.
Whoa. That's deep. So the treasure was the friends he made along the way.
That's part of it, yes. The wisdom he's gained, the love he's found, the transformation he's undergone. Those are the real treasures, the things that can't be bought or stolen. He realizes the true treasure was within him all along.
So he finds this inner treasure, but does he walk away empty-handed? No gold, no jewels, nothing to show for his, literal journey.
Not entirely. There's this symbolic twist. He actually finds gold buried at the pyramids.
Yeah.
Right where his tears fell early in the story. It's like a little wink from the universe.
Oh, okay.
Acknowledging his perseverance.
I like that. So it's not about being rich, but a little tangible reward never hurts.
Right. But the bigger point is, the shepherd returns to Fatima a changed man. He understands himself better, He's found his purpose, and he sees how everything is interconnected.
And he's got Fatima waiting for him. Sounds like a happy ending.
It is. He's learned that love and purpose aren't mutually exclusive.
Yeah.
They can exist together, even make each other stronger.
It's interesting how the Englishman's journey plays out alongside the shepherd's. The shepherd's out there living and breathing the lessons, while the Englishman is more focused on the intellectual side of things.
It makes you think about the different ways we all learn and grow. Some of us are more hands-on, while others need to study, contemplate,
Totally. And speaking of growth,
Yeah.
there's so much tension in those later chapters. The tribal wars, the capture, the shepherd having to prove he's connected to the soul of the world. Did you find yourself, holding your breath at all?
Absolutely. It highlights how unpredictable life can be, even when you're on the right path.
Right.
Things don't always go smoothly, but sometimes those challenges lead to the biggest breakthroughs.
Yeah.
Like the shepherd needing to turn into the wind.
Right.
That's not your everyday problem-solving technique.
It makes you wonder, what seemingly impossible things have you achieved in your own life?
Right.
What challenges have you overcome that made you realize your own strength and resilience?
That's one of the things the Alchemist does so well. It makes you reflect on your own journey.
And that ending, and when he finally reaches the pyramids, right, this is it.
Yeah.
The moment he's been working towards. And the treasure isn't what he expected at all. What did you think about that twist?
I think it's a powerful reminder that sometimes what we're searching for is closer than we think. The real treasure is the growth, the self-discovery, the love we find along the way. And like we talked about, there is that bit of tangible reward too.
Right.
The gold. It's like the universe saying, see, I told you I was on your side.
It's like that saying, the journey is the destination. But in The Alchemist, it's more than just a saying. It's woven into the entire story.
And it's a reminder that the shepherd returns to Fatima, a changed man. He understands himself better, his purpose, the interconnectedness of everything.
He's learned that true fulfillment comes from following your heart, embracing the journey, and recognizing the value of every experience. The Alchemist is an incredible reminder that our own personal legends are waiting to be discovered.
Exactly. It's up to us to listen to those whispers within and have the courage to follow where they lead.
So to wrap up our deep dive into The Alchemist, I think the big question is, what would you risk to pursue your own personal legend? What signs and omens are you missing in your own life?
The universe is ready to conspire in your favor. But are you ready to listen? That's something to think about. Thanks for joining us on this journey.